Welcome everybody to Red's Ramblings. Today I have with me Peter, aka Djayrams from Thailand. Peter, go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit.
All right. Again, Peter, aka DJ Rams. A lot of people call me DJ Rams because of my last name, right? Peter Ramsay here. So I've been here for, if we combine it together in Thailand, about 10 years. But I live separate province, right? So I went from the Bangkok and all the way down to Phuket, which is where the oceans is, right? And then finally I moved up to Chiang Mai, which I called it my new home now. Yeah, so I'm here, worked as a DJ at Radio Thailand, Chiang Mai, and also I'm a teacher. I teach English,
Okay.
social study as well. I do a
All
lot of
right.
shit. I do a lot of shit. It's just that volunteer as well, right? But I'll get into that later. But anyways,
Yeah. And you moved back to Thailand how long ago again?
it was I think I left Vancouver, Canada,
Right.
when I was 28 years old. And
Okay.
I've been to Japan, Malaysia, Vietnam, like almost South, like Indonesia,
hmm
Philippines, and then finally Thailand. But I think I was here 31 years old. I'm 40 now, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, so around there.
All
I
right.
was in 10
And
years.
all right. And so you said you lived in Bangkok for a while. You lived down in the you said it started with a P.
Phuket, yeah.
Phuket,
yeah.
right? Yeah. My pronunciation of a lot of language is going to be god awful. So when the Thai people hear me, my apologies. I'm an ignorant American.
It's all right, man.
Yeah. Sorry about that in advance. But you were born in Thailand. Your family moved to Canada when you were 8.
Right.
And then your friend asked you, "Hey, let's travel the world together and kind of have a business, right?"
Yeah, that's right. It's like these people, I don't know them, by the way. Like, how old was I? I was 21 years old in college, and I was playing online games. You know, like a lot of people were playing that shit, and I was playing with these two people who you know, like they just come and go, they quit and come back, and then one day they're just like, "Hey, Peter, let's travel the world."
So you'd never met these people in person?
I never met them in person. Crazy, huh? You see how
Oh,
that's why when I say there's fate,
right.
yeah, I do everything by that, and I have never let myself down by just going with what fate has shown me.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah.
Yeah, never. It's been great.
Well,
Life has been great.
yeah, because me and you we were talking about this before the official start, and I just assumed that this was like a buddy that like was like a roommate or lived a few doors down or something.
Yeah.
But it's a
And
guy
I've
you
met
just
them.
whoa, and it all turned out
Yeah.
obviously very well for you though.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Like, uh, when he asked me, right? Before that, he's like, let's meet first, right? So he
Right.
sent me a plane ticket to go to see him. And that was Victoria. I live in Vancouver. I flew over to Victoria, and you know, you see this guy. He looks like a nerd, right? I mean,
Right.
I'm gonna call him names, like this nerd, right? He picks me up in a Porsche Boxster.
He's a rich
And
nerd.
then,
Okay.
and then we went to his house. It was like huge house overlooking the bay. I'm like, wow, you're doing pretty good here.
Right.
But he's like, yeah, this is why I wanted to leave, right? But he wasn't telling me the truth that time. But anyways, I asked him, why do you trust me? I mean, everything you're planning out, basically you're paying for it, right? Everything. But then you gotta get someone that you really trust before you. I mean, like, would you go on a plane and live with a stranger for the next year? And you don't
Yeah.
even know him, right? Yeah.
Just do a video game. Yeah.
Just do it, exactly, just do like an online game. It's crazy. So yeah, I asked him that. I said, are you sure, right? Because you know, we can't, I'm interested. I mean, I already have a career, but I'm totally interested in you know, going towards what your plan is. But he has a job lined up for me already. What he said though to me is, I'll always remember this. He talked to me about trust. He said, "Do you know what trust is?" I said, "Yeah, like when you earn a trust, you can basically respect each other." And
Right.
he said that ever since he grew up until the day he met me, he said there's no one that he trusts because everybody that he gave trust to kind of took advantage of it,
Right.
right? They lost a lot of money. That's what he said, and he said he's trusted me because like I never have any objection to what he wanted to do. For example, he's like, "Hey, look, I can't." I think he was tricking me too one time. He said, "I can't log in. Do you mind if you give me your account to play for a bit?" I said, "Yeah, whatever, right?" I
Yeah.
didn't care, right? You're just some guy. If you take it and you run away with it, hey, whatever. What do you want me to do? Just quit, right?
Right.
And yeah, that's why he said like no one would ever do that, but you did it. So I want to repay that back, and we embark on a journey. I mean, we have ups and downs, what we disagree on,
Right.
but in the end, we had to split because,
Mm.
well, he lied to me, and I didn't like that too much, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
the reason why he wanted to come to Asia was because tax. I mean, like you
Mm.
could have told me from the beginning, right?
Right.
You're making too much money and you're not paying tax, right?
Mm.
So, anyways, let's move on.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. So your family moved you guys to Canada when you were 8 for, you said basically so you can go to school, correct? Or was there like another reason family wise?
Yeah. So like when I was born, I was about 2. My real father passed away, right? And
Sorry about that.
I, don't worry. Yeah, I have a brother, older one, and a younger one. They're both in Canada, married with kids, and we were here just working. Sorry, at school, and my mom would leave us with our grandmother. And okay, I'll tell you about how Thai raises their children. Okay,
Okay.
so the way parents would be, there's different types of parents, right? You find one that really love their child. They don't want to show their child mistake, and when the child grows up, right, he doesn't know how to make decision. He doesn't know how to make a mistake, basically.
Right.
And when he or she does make a mistake, it's like, oh my god, that hurts, right? I'm gonna cry about it because I've never experienced this before. I wanted it, I always get it, but now I don't get it, so
Right.
it breaks their heart, right? So anyways, our grandmother, she was very mean. Like when we do something wrong, like for example, we try to play with a toy, she hit us. She said, leave that alone, that's not yours. But instead of like leave that alone, right, she grabbed the stick. We're all scared, right? And
Right.
she would
Oh,
just
yeah.
hit us. Yeah, she would just hit us. Yeah, and we couldn't do anything. It's like
Right.
we're living here and we don't see how we can get away with it. So it trained us to be more, or especially me, to become more disciplined, right? Instead
Right.
of like wanting to play with that, I just tell myself that no, I'm gonna get hit. So let's just do something else. Go sit in a corner or something, right? Or like go walk around. I would tell myself that all the time. So my mom came visit us when we're 3, and something happened that time. I didn't remember, but my mom told me that, right? She's like, do you know why I brought you in Canada? I said, no, why, right? So apparently she saw our grandmother hit us, and she's like, oh, I can't let you stay here. This is not
Right.
it. So
Right.
her plan was to go to Canada, work, and send money here. Instead, she actually worked extra hard over time just to bring us to Canada.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah,
Right.
that's when we continue our education there.
Well, seems that's from my point of view. I get the whole being hard on children. When the time, like when you need to. There are certain times you need to.
Right.
But it's nice that your mom kind of saw that as a bit too far, right? And took you guys over to Canada and all that kind of stuff. So, moved to Canada when you're 8. So I kind of had to get off that because I kind of had my recent podcast recording with a friend of mine, and it got
Oh, yeah?
family, and it got a little heavy
Oh,
for me.
okay.
So yeah,
That's the thing, right? I mean, just so you know, I had the same problem. I've been hearing a lot of like politics, people getting angry about family, all this.
Right.
And yeah, like I know how you feel.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys went to Canada.
Hmm.
Is there something that when you moved out, when you guys moved to Canada, that you were missing from Thailand, so that when you came back, you were like, oh, I can't wait to go here or to do this? Because I'm assuming there's not a lot of similarities between Canada and Thailand.
Yeah. So, I would say none.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't miss anything when I was like, imagine leaving when you're, children. You know what makes you happy. Like for example, playing with
Yeah.
toys, playing with a friend, right? But for myself, I kind of like doesn't matter where I am. I've always tried and find happiness. If I move out of Chiang Mai, for example, and go live in say the U.S., I'll find happiness there because
Right.
the whole point about like life for me, right, is just to accept changes.
Right.
And if you can do that, it's like you're a lot happier.
Oh, you're
right?
winning. You're winning at
Yeah.
that point. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I didn't miss anything, man.
Well, I mean that's cool. That's cool for sure. Because I'm assuming it's definitely a big culture shock though. So
Mhm.
what would you say your first week in Canada, the biggest thing? You're like, whoa, you know, what
It
was
was the
that?
snow.
Oh shit moment. Oh, I'm sure it
Yeah.
was right. It
It
had
was
to
the
be.
snow, man. Oh, like, dude, I was so happy. Like, Thailand is a tropical country.
Mhm.
The north, you have like a little bit of winter. I mean, like it went down
Mhm.
to 13, but not as bad as Canada, right? It's
Right.
just like either snow or rain. And yeah, the first thing I saw snow, it's like, get my gear, go out. I don't care. People seeing us like, look at these retards. We're swimming in the snow.
Right. You have to, hey,
I gotta
Yeah.
have fun, man.
exactly.
So I'm gonna say I don't miss anything from Thailand, but I do miss the snow when I was in Canada.
Right.
Reverse that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know here in the South in South Carolina, we get snow like Canada snow.
Yeah.
I'm 30. We had Canada style snow like maybe once. Like we'll
Yeah.
get cold and it gets below freezing, but it's mainly ice. And by the time it's nasty. By the time it hits the ground, it melts and then
Right.
it freezes again, so it's not but a layer of ice everywhere.
Yeah.
Like legit snow.
Hmm.
Nope, not us. I did look though in 1955 or 54. It snowed in Chiang Mai.
Did it?
Once.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yes.
I gotta talk to people. 1954, right?
Yep. I want to say that was it. I'm gonna see if I can pull it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. But that's crazy because you know what? Like every winter up in the mountain area, right? Like Chiang Mai has the highest peak, like a mountain where everybody goes and enjoy the cold, right?
Mhm.
So it gets to about 2 there once, or 1 actually, and that's where you see this rhododendron. It's like we call it 1,000 years old rose, right?
Okay.
It grows when it's when it's cold enough, and yeah, I've always seen like icicle, frost, but
Right.
never seen snow, right? I never actually expected that. But that's crazy. You brought that up though.
Yeah, let me pull that up here real quick. Back on
Oh,
January,
wow.
can you see this? Yeah.
I see
January
that. Wow.
7th, 1955, there are reports of snow in
Oh, Chiang Rai, yeah, Chiang Rai.
Okay,
That's about 3 hours away from Chiang Mai. It's another province.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
But
that
that's
far
crazy.
though. But yeah,
Nope,
they
not that
claim
far.
to have been after it had been raining, there are hailstones that create a white blanket of snow on the ground. This seems to have been more folklore than fact, but was reported in local newspapers. So
Right.
at least
Right.
one time in recorded Thailand history,
Yeah.
it snowed for a little bit. Hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder what those people were thinking at the time. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck is this? Yeah, because like there's no
But-
internet to like look at pictures of snow,
Mhm.
around the world. So man, that was probably a freaky time, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. But most Thais, right? They're into more of a warmer climate. They like
Right.
it when it's warm, right?
Mhm.
Like I'm the only one who likes it when it's cold.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, come on, been there my whole life in Canada, right? I just like the cold. Sometimes I go out with t-shirts and just regular jacket. That's it, right? But some people don't do that. They wear so much, but yeah, uh, I don't miss anything too much from Thailand. Even if I had to leave now, there wouldn't be much that I leave, right? So
Right.
it's like a balance. But most people know me that back then. I mean, I used to complain a lot, culture shock, right? But I'm sure
Right.
you have questions on that, so I'll save it for that.
No, go ahead. Hey, you go ahead, man.
Talking about culture shock, right?
Yes.
Are we talking about culture shock now? Okay, so
Yeah.
the first time coming here is the culture shock was because it depends to where you are in Thailand.
Mhm.
For example, okay? If you come here, most people would be nice to you if you're
Mhm.
nice to them, right? They
Right.
would help you out. Problem is, when I came to Thailand, I couldn't speak Thai. I have this half-assed Thai that was like, people would make fun of me, and
Right.
I look Asian, right? So it's like, why are you speaking English to us?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure.
Right? It's like, why are you speaking English to us? It's really funny too, because let's say I know I have a lot of expat friend who speaks and write Thai,
Okay.
and when we go somewhere, he would order in Thai, and the waitress would be like, you could just speak English, right? Because I feel so weird talking to you in Thai. It's like this
Yeah.
foreigner, this Falang is talking in Thai. But anyways, I didn't get that they didn't accept me because, like, I guess I was darker than this, right? And they think that I'm just faking it, like I'm faking speaking English to them,
Right. Right.
not really a culture shock, but it's more of like a personal feeling as well. And
Right.
then later on I met a friend who came from the US too. He's actually here in long terms, and he's teaching here in Bangkok. Same thing, he looks Thai actually, but he doesn't speak any word of Thai. So
Right.
when he goes somewhere, people are just kind of like, why are you speaking English, like you're Thai,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, no, I'm American. I'm Taiwanese American, right?
Right. Right.
And
Right.
so when listening to that, I felt it. I feel like, oh, you know what? It's not just me then.
Right. Right.
I guess you can say the people here, they look first and then they judge. So they judge you from your appearance
So
of
because
anything.
you and that friend of yours that looked the part, but didn't speak it, they're like, you're not one of us. What are you doing? Type of thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But me not looking the part and obviously speaking English, like, oh, okay, yes, come here, I got you, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah.
They respect you more than me. But that's only in the, I guess, in Bangkok and Phuket, right? But coming to Chiang Mai, I guess you can say I feel like home because everybody here doesn't really like use that look first. Like they look at you
Okay.
and then they kind of like judge you upon your looks, right? So they look at me, they just think I'm a regular person. That's
Right.
enough, right? I don't
Right.
need to be like, why are you hanging out with foreigner, kind of thing. Yeah, because
No, go ahead,
sorry,
please.
I'm just saying, most of my friend here, I don't have much Thai friend, like maybe 2 or 3, right? But
Right.
most of my friend here are either American, Australian, I guess you can say foreigner, right? But they're living here. Yeah.
Right.
But
Well, I wanted to ask you why you decided to settle in Chiang Mai specifically.
oh man,
Because I was looking into Chiang Mai and picture-wise, that you can gorgeous from head to toe. Absolutely stunning. You definitely get that tropical look. You are surrounded by mountains, and I love like going hikes. I bought my
Yeah.
house because it looks like it could be in the mountains. That's specifically a big reason why I bought my house.
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah?
love that. Yes. So I love that look. Beaches are great, but for me, like, cause the closest beach about 2 hours away.
Yeah.
I love the vacation there. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily want to live in that setting. And being in the country, growing up, like my childhood home, I lived in one of those houses or one of the neighborhoods in my childhood home where I could walk outside, take a piss, and nobody knew. Right? I love that privacy. That level of privacy is so good that you can get in a mountainy type area, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I'm
Right.
sure Bangkok is it's the biggest city you guys have in Thailand.
Right.
So not a lot of privacy, I'm sure. Um, so yeah, I would imagine Chiang Mai's got to have that mountainy privacy, the fresh air, the all the animals that you know. Do you have uh, like monkeys? Just I don't want to like come off stereotypical. You know, again, I'm an ignorant American. I'm sorry, but
I like that you're honest, man. That's
oh,
all.
I am, dude. I am 100%. But like to me, that's just cool that there are monkeys. Like there's a whole festival for monkeys, a monkey banquet. If I remember, I can't remember all of how it's pronounced. But there's a
Yeah.
freaking monkey banquet dedicated to monkeys. That's just cool shit to me, man. You know?
Yeah, it's like, you know, you never seen that before.
Yeah.
But it's a different province. So Chiang Mai has been known for its elephant. So there's a
Yes.
lot of elephant here, right?
A lot of elephant sanctuaries.
Right. Yeah, elephant sanctuary, and you could like, I mean, there's a farm where this lady, I interviewed her actually. She's a ethnic groups, right? We have to say ethnic groups now because before we called them the Hill Tribe, but Hill
Yes,
Tribe, yeah,
yes.
Hill Tribe is like, you know, a little. I mean, I have a friend who works in an NGO. He would kindly reminded me. He say like,
Right.
you know, Chiang Mai, like well, first off, before I forget, right? I have to kind of comment on what you said about like you're not really a city guy. You like the mountain instead.
Yes.
I am the same. I am totally the same. I
Yes.
try living in the city. I try living by the ocean, and it's just not me, right?
Right.
So this is how it worked. I was in Pattaya and then I was in Phuket, and my friend finally got his wish true that he would marry a girl here,
Okay.
someone who he trusts, right? And that way he just paid the tax here and pay a little bit back in Canada. So
okay.
yeah, this girl he met, she was from Chiang Mai. So that day we're like, hey, you know, friend said, hey Peter, we're going to Chiang Mai. And I said, okay, sure. And I remember just sleeping in the car because we drove from Phuket it took us like maybe 16 hours.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. So like, we just had this, you know, I slept mostly. And when we got out of the car, like we're in Chiang Mai, we're going to go eat something. And I felt this weather. It was January, I remember. I felt this weather. It was like, where are we, man? Are we like in Canada?
Right,
It's
right,
somewhere
right.
in Canada. It feels so cool. And I fell in love with it. And I walked around and, you know, I see people looking and they're smiling. And then,
Right.
you know, you're surrounded by this mountain. And I shit you not, I'm a spiritual person and I can feel all this good energy surrounding Chiang Mai. And it just kind of keeps you at ease. Like you're just relaxing.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I ask a lot of people who come here, who stay here, they feel the same way.
Right.
So, to continue on, now I forgot what we're talking about.
What? Well, I think it was what
Oh,
brought you to
the
Chiang
animals.
Mai.
Yeah, the
Yes.
animals, right? Then we're
Yes,
talking about
yes,
the
yes,
animals.
yes.
Yeah. So the elephant was the main animals here in Chiang Mai. There's a lot of it too, right? I don't really see much monkeys other than if you go to the zoo. But
Right.
other provinces, they have like a sanctuary of them. You could go there, the monkeys coming at you.
Yeah.
Some unlucky tourists might even get attacked.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So things changed though. A lot of things changed, especially 3 years ago, when a lot of like Chiang Mai has become targeted. I'm not sure if you know this. I'll explain to you a little bit. The Chinese made a movie called Lost in Thailand, and they filmed
Okay.
that in Chiang Mai, right? So it's almost like a sequence, right? So they made a movie called Lost in Thailand, and 6 months later, Chiang Mai has open doors like to China. So a lot of Chinese tourists were coming in, and they wouldn't speak a word of English, and it forces most of the Thai people to adapt with all the incoming, you know, tourists, especially Chinese, right? Tour guide has been open. Also, a lot of people like driving a big van, right? taking them places and
Right.
things like that. And it changes because we're not like oh, there's a foreigner here. Now it's more like it's a multicultural zone now.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many types of tourists here, right?
Right.
And then people aren't even happy about it anymore. Some even like, man, they come here and they trash my restaurant.
Right.
They go to the washroom and don't flush.
Right.
It sparks hate. It just like culture change after. Some don't like it. Even have a sign up saying like no Chinese here, because
Wow.
yeah, I know it's crazy. That time
Yeah.
I've been doing a little bit of journalism, doing news, right? Where I would interview like small restaurant, right? Small businesses, and they say like, yeah, they come in here, once they eat our food, and we check the bill, right? And he said like, oh, do you have any discount? Because this is all the money I have. Like, why? How would you say that? This is like so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So elephant, and finally the weather has changed too. If you look at the AQI, the PM 2.5, well, we can't do nothing about it, right? So most of the smog came all the way from China and our neighbor as well, right? And right now it's just burning season. Yeah. It's burning
Really?
season, right? Yeah, we can't even see the mountain anymore. How about that? And it's like, I thought this mask here would help with, yeah, of course it helped with COVID-19, but we
Yeah.
gotta wear it for PM 2.5 now.
What is PM 2.5? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, PM 2.5 is it's like it's already in us, right? So it costs, hold on, I gotta explain that to you a little bit better, right? So let's see, Google and then PM 2.5. Okay, so PM 2.5 refers, it's a particles that have diameter less than 2.5. Okay, that's scientific. These particles form as a result of burning fuel and chemical reaction that takes place in the atmosphere. So all the smog and all the burning, all the fuel, right, on that, right? And when it gets to us, we develop kind of like asthma type.
Yeah.
Where we can't breathe. Some people get like breakout, like a lot of pimple breaking out, right?
Right.
And a lot of people are getting that, right? I mean, I'm getting it too. Yeah. So, and it's harder to breathe, but that's why most of the home system now, right? We have an air purifier. We have to have that now. So it's kind of like okay, snow is coming. Get the the fireplace ready.
Right.
Same
Right.
thing. PM 2.5 coming. We never thought that this would happen to Chiang Mai, but yeah, we're working hard on it. I like
Yeah.
you can see the U.S. Hat here. I work a lot with the U.S. consulate here in Chiang Mai.
Okay.
They recently had this event. I went to help them out with translation. They help us out with how to, get the smog away, right? And they got us people from NASA, man, like the project
Hell
manager from NASA, right? And
Hell
I'm like,
yeah. Right?
exactly, right? I mean, I if the U.S. doing that, I'm just like, okay, let me just go help you guys too, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, if the Chinese are coming in, I don't really do much with them because one is the language barrier. Like I don't get me wrong, I have a lot of Chinese friends, especially down in Hong Kong, and I love Chinese people. Just that getting into culture wise, most of the Chinese people here that's living in Chiang Mai, they love it here. I'm sure they love it in the US too. They don't want to go back, right?
Right.
Especially to the communist country. I asked them the same question that you asked me, like, why don't you stay there?
Yeah.
And yeah, she told me that, one look at a Chinese person, I could tell that they're having a miserable life. And I'm like, well, that's not a happy thought, is it now? Right.
Right.
So they're always it's kind of like me back when I was in down south or in Bangkok. People would look at me like, who's this guy? Oh, here's another thing too, because of the image, right, of me hanging out with foreigner, people think I'm gay. People think I'm gay.
Just because of
You
that.
don't get that. Just because
No.
of that. It's like they think that a lot of foreigner likes gay guys, especially Thai gay guys. I know.
Says
I
who?
can't. I don't know how to answer that question too, but that's exactly how it is, right? But I don't take it personal because
Right.
it's what they think. It's not what I
Right.
think. I'm
Yeah.
not
Just
gonna
a
be like,
cultural misunderstanding.
Yeah, exactly. But
Okay.
it's an image, and it's also like a word of mouth, and then it becomes a trend, right?
Mm.
So you see like a Thai guy or an Asian guy with a foreigner, they
Hmm.
automatically think like those two are couples. My dad is from Switzerland. Trust me, it's like he's the older type, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like his
Oh,
daddy or sugar daddy or something, right? So I always have to remind Dad, what would you like to eat? So they know that it's my dad.
yeah. Emphasis on the dad part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, right? Like dad.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's that 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 hurts. That even hurts me going back to the whole pollution and everything.
Hmm.
Because again, I'm looking at these pictures of
Oh, it's
it's
beautiful.
all the temples, the elephant sanctuaries, the
Yeah.
just the forests in general.
Yeah.
And now I'm just picturing it all covered in smog and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's depressing. That's
So we have
depressing for sure.
we have this application, right? It's a air pollution application, real time, and we're forced to look at it daily, right? I mean, like because I'm in the radio show, I do a lot of weather report as well. I
Right.
do a lot of how like what you should be taking care, and this is what the app or website looks like, right? So as of right now, it's 11:46 p.m. and this is the AQI. So I'm gonna see right there. There we go. You see that?
Wow. Yeah.
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 We're about to hit number one worst, like what do you call smog country, right? Especially up in the north. But this is just
And
this time. Everybody knows that, right?
and all
So
that's just it's not from Thailand, it's coming down from
yeah,
China, you said, right?
yeah, right. It's that's what the government say, right? So I'm
Okay.
just telling you what the government say. I can't make up a theory of myself, but like Chiang Mai is also known as we call it Lana, Lanna.
Okay.
So if you hear the word Lana, it's basically what they describe Chiang Mai. The word Lan means million, and the word Na means rice field.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's a million rice field up in the north, right? Like when you Google before, you have Chiang Rai, and you
Okay.
have Chiang Mai, right? So these are all like the northern part, right? We call it Lana, and there's tons of rice field. And what people do is that when they let's say finish a season, like they finish planting their corns, right? Okay, next batch coming up. Instead of like harvesting all the fern and whatever, they burn it, and all the smoke just
Yeah.
flows through, right? That's why this season it's like a burning season. But
Okay.
of course, the governor they kind of like, oh yeah, if you see anyone burning, make sure you call us, right? But all that doesn't really work. I mean,
Right.
you get fined for it, you get jailed too. But why is it still like 155 AQI? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it breaks my heart and also breaks a lot of people's heart. We did a lot of project trying to make the air better. You
Right.
know, it just didn't work, man. It keeps coming back every year. Yeah.
Well, hopefully something changes because
Oh, I
yeah,
believe one
that's
day.
that's not good for the forest, the animals, the people. Obviously, if you knows what kind of long-term effects like cancers could pop up at some point
Yeah.
for people living
Yeah.
there. Asthma. I had asthma growing up. My wife did it too.
Yeah.
Sucks. It sucks, man. It
Mhm.
sucks. Oh man. Let's swap up to something fun. How about that?
Yeah,
Does that
let's
sound
do
good to you?
Got more funny story, man. Let's do it.
All right. All right. Foods. I love foods. I'm a
Oh,
foodie.
man.
So,
Are you a
Thai
chef? But you
food.
cook your own food?
Hell no, I'm lazy.
Wife, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, first off, for starting with food, you are. I mean, like, what's it like in South Carolina? Do you
Mhm.
go out, make your own
Yeah.
food? You go out and buy,
Uh,
right?
Yeah, we go out, grocery stores or whatnot, and over here, restaurants are open. So it's sort of back to normal before everything went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I mean, like, I have cooked before.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely don't do it as much as I used to, though. At all,
Okay.
no.
All right, so it's like a change of plan, right? So
Yeah.
in Thailand, it's like very similar to small businesses. You have street vendors where
Yes.
you can get every type of food. Now
Mhm.
there's even burgers.
On the
There's
streets?
burgers.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the streets, right? You got this
yeah.
guy down this joint here, right? It's my favorite guy. You got tacos. This guy makes
Mm.
like the best taco. He's a Thai guy and he makes like the best taco, right? And yeah, I mean like there's 7 days a week, so I rotate everything, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm just bored of Thai food. You know, my my girlfriend, she likes Thai food, especially northern food, and
Right.
it's like it's too. Let's just say if you and I eat, we
Mhm.
would be in the washroom for an hour.
Okay. Yep. Sounds about right.
You feel me now?
I know what you mean.
That's yeah. That's how it is with like my stomach now. After
Right.
living here for 10 years, I still can't cope with that, right? So
Oh yeah,
there's
yeah,
only
yeah.
certain food that I eat and is okay with it. For
Mhm.
example, like Thai ingredients, we like to use coconut oil.
Okay.
Sorry, coconut milk.
Okay.
Coconut milk, right? So we like to use coconut milk, and yeah, for a lot of people with a weak stomach, you
Mhm.
get you get diarrhea for sure. Like it's not you can't escape that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And everything from what you experience, right? Okay, when you come to Thailand, you gotta eat this,
Right.
right?
Right.
You gotta try that. After you try all that, you're back into the regular food,
Mhm.
and the regular food is, it's really similar to you having Big Mac or
Yeah.
a cheeseburger, you know.
Mhm.
So here it's like rice with holy basil and just minced pork, and then
Okay.
you have like the omelet with minced pork, right? So you have the typical Thai food that you go out, you order, you eat, and then you come back home.
Mhm.
Don't need to like make a mess in your kitchen.
Right.
Don't,
Right.
don't need to wash your dishes, right? Things like that. Yeah. So they prefer you go out to eat. You make a
Mhm.
mess over there instead, right? And you come back here, come back home. It's like I think you would fit a lot there. Like you'll be so happy because I'm lazy too, right? I like cooking sometimes, right?
Yep.
Sometimes like surprise my girlfriend or something, but mostly it's like, you know what? I'll just go out and eat.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
now you have the COVID-19. We order in now, and there's like I think you have the Uber
Yeah.
delivery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uber Eats.
So we have the same thing. It's
Okay.
not Uber though. It's
Right.
like some other name. We used to have Uber, but Uber got in trouble because
Oh,
I guess they don't want them to monopolize all over their country, right? So
Okay.
Thailand bought another application, which
Mhm.
it belongs to Chinese, obviously Chinese, right?
Mhm.
And you have same thing. You have rides and you have food. So order whatever you want. So type in whatever you want to eat, and it's right there. Yeah. But food wise, you can't get bored of Thai food. There's
Right.
everything that you can eat, and also here we have multicultural. Like there's so many other food here too. My
Mhm.
favorite
Yeah.
though, I don't know if you like this though. India food,
I haven't had
curry,
much.
curry,
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't had much, but yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We got Japanese. We have ramen here, ramen bar, of course run by a Thai person. That's great, like rice with curry and
Mhm.
chicken cutlet there. Like so many food type, and I just forget about Thai food.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll just remind myself like, let's go eat Thai food, because most of my friend who's a foreigner, they just go straight for Thai food. I'm like, you want to get some pancake? He's like, nope, Thai food only. Come on, I'm craving pancakes, man.
Right. Help me out here.
Yeah.
So then is there like a Thailand specialty version, like their own unique flavor for pizza? Because pizza's my thing. I love
That's it.
pizza.
All right, so there's a joint not far away from where I live, and this guy from New York actually, right?
Okay.
He was the first in Chiang Mai, the very first guy, okay, to open up a New York style pizza joint,
Right.
and it's really big, dude. It's huge, right? You can eat like with a whole family, right?
Right.
But now he sells it by the slice. Anyways, he closed every Tuesday just to make the sauce. And I know every other pizza joint, nobody likes it. No Thai person likes it. But
Really?
this joint, every Thai people goes there. So I had to ask him. I was like, "What's the secret, man?" He's like, "The secret is the sauce." So in Thailand, you have this. They love one of those. What do you call? Like sticky rice, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have a bunch of like when the way they have dinner is they make a bunch of like dishes, and then they put the food in the center, and you have your whole family sitting around and just eat
Alright.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's So it's like more of not a single dish, but shared,
A whole
right?
meal for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have what's called like the spice. Most of the dishes are spicy, right? And
Mhm.
so let's say you have a fish, right? You gotta dip the fish into the spicy sauce,
Right.
right? There's one spicy sauce that resembled the pizza sauce.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
spaghetti sauce as well, right? So
Yeah.
it's made out of tomato sauce basically, but there's spices in there that makes it not bitter, right?
Right.
So
Right.
if you're eating a spaghetti bolognese, for example, right?
Mhm.
That's what it tastes like, right? You got to put some pepper, some spices to make it more, you know, tasting. But this spices is basically the same thing, but more spicy, right? And he uses that for his sauce. So when I ask him why Thai people love it so much, he said, "Well, Thai people love this sauce. That's why I put a little bit
Oh
in
yeah.
there." Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then
Make
they
it
keep
a little
coming
bit
back for it.
familiar. Yeah. Make it
Yeah,
familiar for them.
yeah. I was hoping that he said like he put weed in there.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I was hoping, but he just said this shit. Okay.
All
But
right.
yeah, there was
Have
a
you
pizza.
tried it? Have
Oh
you
yeah,
tried it?
I love the New York style pizza, but lately I haven't been there. I just been going to this guy's Australian open up a joint where his pizza is I like cheese, and
Right.
he like racks his pizza with cheese.
Yeah.
The moment you take apart the pizza,
Oh.
it still got cheese, right? You gotta wrap that shit around like
Yes.
4 times before the
Yes.
cheese, like I like that. Okay, so I do miss
Yeah.
that. But when I thought about it, some guy opened a shop, so I just go there when I need the pizza. Yeah, and now he added something very special. You ever try pizza with ranch sauce?
Yes. It's delicious.
Yes, that's it. That's
So
it.
good.
You said that too, right?
Yes.
So he's got a ranch sauce. He's got garlic sauce, which is exactly like ranch sauce.
Mhm.
And then when I saw that, I'm like, give me that one, right? And all my Thai friends are like, my colleague, right? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is that sauce, man?
Yeah.
So I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
you gotta try it, right?
It's
They
so
tried
good.
it once. They ate all my food.
Yep.
It's so good.
addicting, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
My son, we actually went to my local spot
Right.
last night for dinner, and my son got his pizza, and he's like, "Can I have some ranch?" Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love it, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, you gotta have it. Like pizza,
sir.
it's not just regular pizza. You have to have cheesy pizza, and you gotta
Mhm.
have the ranch sauce, garlic sauce, whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sure.
So, in terms of traditional food, traditional Thai foods, what's your favorite?
Man, I think I'm gonna have to go with. Hey, you got this in America now, right? Larb. You ever try that? Larb. Larb.
Never heard of it.
LARB, not LARP, but larb. Try it, right? It was introduced in Spider-Man. So Aunt May was eating larp with Peter Parker. That was Thai food.
I got it right here.
Now you-
I'm looking it up,
You
and
look at larp. You go larp Thai food, right? Larp Thai. There we go. Park. That's it right there.
which
that is
Spider-Man
like-
was this?
It's far from.
Well,
No,
to
not
be
far from
honest,
home.
I don't like vegetables, so this is a no-go for me.
Actually, you know what? I don't like vegetable too. I'm a type of guy. Like you can ask my girlfriend. She ordered me larp with without the onion, the red onion.
Mhm.
So I just have the minced pork, and
Yeah.
the lime and all the sauce. Right? There's no vegetable. I don't. There's no vegetable. This one is like too much vegetable.
Yeah,
That's why I couldn't eat some of
all
it.
all the
Yeah, too much
green is
vegetable.
like turning me off right now. Yeah. Ugh.
No, I'm like, I don't know. Every time I hang out with a friend, especially like, I got a group of Thai friends who we go out and ride motorcycle together.
Okay.
Right, we go to places, right? And whenever we stop to eat, right, I would order food without vegetable. For example,
Yes.
noodles. Oh, my
Mhm.
second favorite would be noodles. So like I
Right.
love those. It's just the soup base, like
Mhm.
not like pho, because pho has
Right.
got weight much vegetable. I mean, I'm sure a lot of listeners be like, "Are you guys fucking insane? Don't eat vegetable?"
Yes.
Everybody was
Yes.
like looking at me like, "Are you ordering food for kids?" You know, like when you're a child, right?
I'm a 30-year-old
Nobody-
child and proud of it.
right? So yeah, I'm like I don't like the taste of vegetable inside, but I can eat some vegetable. Like
Right, yeah.
I'll eat broccoli and cauliflower and things like that, right? But most of it, not even you, right?
Nope.
That's crazy, man.
Nope.
You're a lot like me, man. You're a lot like me. I had to force myself. So let me just Google this LARP Spider-Man. There we go. I think this is from Aunt May to Peter Parker. I LARP you. Yeah, that's it. So Homecoming. So
Okay.
just type in Spider on YouTube, right?
I
Spider-Man.
got it. Yep.
Yeah, you can do that later. But yeah, check that out. But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite food. Second one is like eat this next to somtam, but somtam is like the main Thai food, but a lot of vegetable again, right? I'm a selective eater, right? I just eat the
Right.
yeah. And next would be the noodles.
Mhm.
Third would be the curry.
Right.
Yeah. So I've always have heavily on rice as well, right? But these are if I were to request, right? But going with a lot of people, it's I think if you're in my position or if anyone listening, right, and they are selective eater, the reason why I'm a selective, like you have to have experience, right? Tell me why you are a selective eater.
For me, for vegetables, the texture is just weird. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've tried. Like even lettuce, like I gag.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's the texture, man. It's just. Ugh.
So like hold on. If you go to Burger King, for example, right? You
Yeah.
take the onions and the thing off, or you eat it with
Yeah.
it.
No,
You-
take
you-
it off.
Take it off.
Take it off. Either take it off or order it without it. Yeah.
Yeah, without it, right? Yeah, so I'm pretty much like that too. And my
Yeah.
friend was saying this. He said, "Look, man, the best part about Burger King is the onion and the tomatoes." And I said, "What?"
No.
I think it's something wrong with our tongues, because his tongue is totally
No, it's
different when he
something
said that.
wrong with him. Something wrong with him. Something wrong with my wife. Something wrong with my son.
Right?
It's them. It's
I'm gonna
not
say,
us.
I'm gonna say something wrong with my girlfriend. She likes
We're
like
good.
Yeah. What about fruit though?
Oh, love it. Oh,
Love
it's
it,
the
right?
best. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so I gotta talk to you about this. A friend of mine from Canada, didn't see each other for like 20 years, came to visit me. He sent me a message on Facebook, right? We didn't have each other added, but we have friends in common, and I
Right.
guess that's why he tracked me. So he goes, "Oh, Peter, you're in Thailand, right? So I'm gonna go there."
Okay.
Yeah. So I met up with him. The first thing he asked is like, "Take me to where they sell fruit," and I
Okay.
said, "What the fuck? What
Yeah,
you want some
yeah.
fruit?" He's like, "Dude, it's heaven here, right? There's so many tropical fruit."
Oh,
So he
for
gets
sure.
his mango. He like gets mangoes. He gets this. It's just so much, right? My girlfriend she also loves fruit, right? The whole condo here is like matches with all her favorite fruit always.
Right.
And yeah, there's just so many fruits here, but the problem is I only like certain fruit, right? But I like drinking it. I love drinking
Yes.
fruit. Juice.
Right.
I love drinking
It's
it.
different.
Right?
It's
I just don't
different,
like.
yeah.
Yeah, it's different, right? It's different.
Yeah.
I don't know why. So yeah, in terms of fruit, I'm just not really a fruit eater, but I'm mostly fruit drinker.
Yeah. I know for me, pineapple. Love.
Oh
pineapple.
my god.
Pineapple's so good, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So okay, so when you mentioned about when I mentioned about selective eater, and you said that the texture, right? You want to know why I'm a selective eater? So
What's that?
the first time I came to Thailand was actually this is like the very first time, right? I came back. So I was in grade 12,
Okay.
just like before we begin grade 12. During the summer, my grandfather from my mom's side, right, came to visit us. And then on the way back, we're like, hey, we're gonna go Thailand for 2 months of vacation, right? Turns out to be only 1 month. But anyways, I came back and then I went with my uncle to up like northeastern, which is the Isan area by Laos, right?
Okay.
So I just eat whatever they give me, whatever. It's just like, and then they give me this clam. They picked it up from like, I guess you can say their own pond, right? They see you shaking your head already. So I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, try it. It's really good. So in order to eat it, you have to suck it out. Like you have this shell. It's a shell. So I sucked it out, right? I keep eating. It was so delicious. Next thing you know, 3 days later, I woke up in the hospital. I passed out that right on there. It was so disgusting. My body couldn't even cope to what happened, right? And I got food poisoning for days, right? I woke up, it's still in the hospital, and my stomach feels so heavy. It feels so heavy, right? And I remember my doctor would talk to me about like, if he doesn't get better by tomorrow, he'd have to suck like all the shit out of my intestine. And I'm like, I wonder how that would feel.
Oh God.
I got better though. I got better. And after that, my mom was like, next time, be a selective eater.
Right?
So,
yeah.
My body, I'm sure yours too, but every other person as well. You don't have to be a doctor to know this, by the way. The moment you start eating something that doesn't feel right, your body rejects that and you're going to throw up.
Yeah.
Right? It happens to me a lot. I eat this vegetable, I'm like, oh, I'm going to throw up. It's just, my body can't accept it. It's like a rejecting it. Yeah. So that's crazy though, man.
Yeah, I remember one time my aunt came down and she wanted to go to the beach because she's from Wyoming, which, there's no beach anywhere close to Wyoming. It's sort of mid-northern state, pretty landlocked. And again, my closest beach is about a little over 2 hours away. Yeah. So she came down to visit. We all went down to the beach and got, authentic seafood.
Yeah.
My son was maybe one, maybe almost two at the time. And I don't like seafood either at all.
Hey, you're not alone, man. I don't like seafood too.
But being a dad, you kind of fuck with your kids sometimes, right? You play little jokes on them. So again, he was maybe one, almost two, and my aunt they had a plate of clams. I think it was oysters. It was oysters.
Right.
Plate of oysters, and it looks like a big ass booger. That's what it is. It's a big ass booger of the sea.
Right.
And I gave it to my son, hoping he would not like it. He loved it. And I was like,
really?
You're not my child. No, disowning you right now.
Yeah.
But thankfully, not as bad as you. But he got food poisoning from it.
Oh shit.
This kid thought he was about to die. It was because I knew he wasn't like in serious trouble. I was laughing. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah. So he is oysters are boogers of the sea, in my opinion.
Oh man. Yeah.
So nasty.
But when I say about shell, the oyster, you just kind of like, oh shit, I have a bad experience. But I think we're both like the similarity is there, But oh man, I'm not a big fan of seafood as well. I mean, my brother came to visit us 2 years ago. We went to the ocean, right? And everybody, right, the Thai friend as well, like first thing they would say is, oh, let's get some seafood. Right? It's got to have like fresh seafood.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know what? I'm cool. I'll just have my regular food. Like, is there a McDonald's over here?
Right. I need a burger. Exactly.
I just don't want to be sick. How about that, right?
Yeah.
You don't want me to be sick. Imagine that you're eating, right? You're by yourself, and then you pass out.
Yeah.
And you wake up 3 days later. That's pretty
terrifying.
dangerous, man.
That's terrifying. For sure.
You break up, you're like, what year is it today? What day is it today? I thought it was just one day. Like I thought I'd pass out for an hour or so, right? But
you were passed out for 3 whole days.
3 whole days. Woke up in the hospital.
That's insane.
Yeah. Like
wow.
My stomach felt like it was just crunched up. It felt like really, really heavy, and my whole body, I couldn't move too. I felt sore, right? After waking up, and then like doctor came in like, oh, thank God we thought it's gonna be longer, and we're gonna perform what's called they would inject like a tube right into my like anal intestine and just suck everything out, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm glad I woke up before.
Right? Maybe something else would be sore after that wake up.
Yeah. No kidding.
Oh man. All right. So you do a lot of volunteer work, you said, over there, right? when I was looking into some stuff for Thailand, I can't remember if this was more so Chiang Mai stuff or just Thailand stuff in general. So
Hmm.
I could be wrong here, but there are a lot of festivals and celebrations in Thailand, or just a lot in Asian countries in general, right? A lot of
Right.
like there's a Thailand New Year. When is
Yeah.
that?
Oh man, so Thailand New Year starts in April. So it's a depends on a lunar calendar, right?
Right.
Oops. Hold on a second. Let me just April. It's called Songkran. That's called the Thailand New Year's, right? So I'm gonna go
Mhm.
2021. So it
April
starts
13th.
April 13 to 15, for 2021, right? 13 to
Right.
15. And if you look at the dates, this is gonna be the there you go 12, right? 12 to 15. Um, you can see it's only been like 3 or 4 days, right? But
Hmm.
Thai holidays are different than you guys holiday, right? The
Hmm.
Western holidays, or actually even the UK. So in Thailand holiday, if a holidays like a public holidays, right, falls on a weekend,
Hmm.
then they would make it an extra day, right? So
Really?
you can
Okay.
see here, yeah, 13 and 14 is Saturday and Sunday, right? And then
Okay.
you go back to work on a 16, right? So that's 2 extra day. So they would book off 17 and 18 too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then because no one comes back to work for one day, they're just like fuck it,
Right. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
right? That's what I love about Thai people. Like, you know what? Fuck it. They go
I'm,
1 week.
I'm, I might be drunk anyways and hungover. Might as well just stay home. Yeah.
Exactly. They feel it.
And
Yeah.
I've noticed in looking into other countries, and again, it's a lot of Asian countries. Whereas, like you said, compared to Western, when we have a holiday, it's one day. You know, you might kind of sort of celebrate, but if you were to Google it, like Christmas, one
Yeah.
day.
One day. Yeah.
You might do it for like a few weeks or a few days for your family, celebrate
Hmm.
it. But in other countries and other cultures, you can have one holiday or a fest,
Hmm.
but it's celebrated over a multitude of days. Whereas I don't think any of our, yeah, I don't think any of our holidays are like that. It's all one day. If you
Yeah.
Google that, if you Google
Yeah.
this Halloween, one day,
Yeah.
Easter is one day.
One day.
You
Yeah.
know, but
But you have
like that,
you have Good Friday and Easter
right?
Monday, which
That's
is
true.
yeah. But that's just one. Like they made
They're
it so
still
that it's that
separated.
whole week. Yeah, it's separate,
Yeah,
right?
it's still
So
separated.
it's like that day, that weekend, right? The Christian weekend. It's only one weekend. But if you look
Mm-hmm.
at Thailand, just try to look at the public holidays, right? You would notice that it's so many holidays. Like in 1 month, they
Right.
would like you only work maybe like maximum of I would say 20 days. The
Really?
rest is like a day off. Yeah. So
Wow.
it's more of a casual, especially if you work with the government. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of public holidays that sometimes there's the Buddhist, the religious holiday as well.
Right.
So they combine all that, right? And most of it, if you see it, it falls on the weekend. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if it doesn't fall on the weekend, it's either a Monday or a Friday. Like it just
Right.
happens to be that time, right? Yeah. So in terms of holiday, if you, for example, are here and you're like, you know what, I like Chiang Mai. I'm gonna move
Mm-hmm.
here, and I'm gonna make my own company here.
Okay.
And then you have your own staff, right? You'll be a culture shock because your staff be like, oh, it's a holiday. Oh, it's a holiday, and you're like, I can't get shit done. You know?
Oh yeah.
That's yeah. A lot of my friends are like that, but then they they made a plan, right? You can do that too, right? So they said like, we only give you 13 public holidays per year. That's a lot already, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the year, you guys can have a day off, like from Christmas, and they'll close until the next year, right? So
Yeah.
most of the foreign company, like a lot of my friends' company as well, they went with this route instead of having a holiday every single month.
Mm.
More like let's
Yeah.
get shit done within
Off.
all
Yeah.
this. Yeah, like this month, let's get shit done. We have a milestone to do, and you know what? At the end of the year, take the whole 2 weeks off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, things like
I
that.
mean, end of the day, money rules the world.
Yeah,
Let's
I
be
know.
honest too. Rain rules everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, but have you ever, in your time there, have you ever been part of volunteering for like any type of festival?
Oh, festival. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I to be honest, this is like was in my blood. Even when I was in Canada,
Mm.
I remember there was a group of Thai people that were surrounded. I actually have a picture right here too. So, um, I keep like my family pictures nearby, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
when I was,
That's
I think I was in
my,
grade six. Yeah,
yeah,
I saw that.
my wife
Yeah.
right there.
So I was in grade six, and we found out that the queen's daughter, one of the princes, were coming to Canada,
Okay.
right? And they did something for her. It was more like a show, a Thai culture show, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's when I went to. That's the first time I did volunteer, right? So we did like a fashion show for her.
Yeah.
So we kind of like walk down, right? And hold on, I'll show you this picture here. So if I can see that, so that's her right there, the princess.
In the yellow.
Yeah, no, that's my mom, right? That's
Okay.
her right there.
Oh,
Right?
got you,
Yeah,
got you. Yep, yep, yep.
yeah. So yeah, we met her. This is the only picture I had though. I had another one, but it's at home,
Right.
of me and her, right? We all took a picture together. Yeah, so I met the princess when I was 6 years old.
That's cool.
I guess, yeah. No, sorry, it was grade six, not 6 years old. I was maybe like
Mhm.
10, 11.
Right.
But yeah, it was a volunteer thing. We did it for someone, and when I came here, a lot of culture, the ceremony, also when there's a Buddhist, or you can say religious holidays, I volunteer sometimes,
Yeah.
right? So I'll go to the temple, and they have like some events there. I used to MC there too, like
Okay.
because there's a lot of foreigner too, right, coming in,
Right.
and they have no idea what's going on because a lot of Thai people are like, yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, but now I translate that in English,
Right.
so yeah, for them too. Um, the best, I think the best job is not how much you get paid. That's part of it, right? I mean,
Right.
who wouldn't want like a nice car, a nice house, security? Who wouldn't want that,
Exactly.
right? But the best job that I have this like good feeling always is the volunteer one. Every time I
Mhm.
go do a volunteer somewhere, right? Um, my girlfriend sometimes like hit me up with the government because she's with the government, right? She does a lot of
Mhm.
uh, MC for the queen as well.
Okay.
Also, yeah, and the king. And sometimes when we need like an English to step, like English person to step in, right? They usually contact us because
Right.
we're part of the team as well. Yeah. But
Right.
I said I don't even ask for price. I just said, yeah, I'm doing it. You already know.
Yeah, it's the
So when
experience.
yeah, it's experience exactly, right? It's
Yeah.
good feeling, and people kind of respect you more. Like, oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
we can always count on them. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but I like volunteering. It's one of the job where whenever there's a volunteer up, I
Mhm.
never ask for a price. It's kind of like, yeah,
Right.
let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't volunteer per se, but in one of my recent episodes, it was an all pizza episode, and I reached
Mm,
out to my favorite local pizzeria to sponsor the episode. My first ever sponsor. They agreed, and like if you see my show, I don't have a lot of views. I don't have a lot of subscribers on YouTube or anything. I do this for fun, to
hmm.
learn, reach out to people, and have a good conversation like we're having right now, right?
Right, right, right.
So, they asked what I was offering and what I wanted in return. I was like, dude, I don't want anything. If anything, you're my favorite pizzeria. I get to put your name on my show. That's it for me, man. Like that's all.
Right.
Like my favorite pizzeria is my favorite, my first ever sponsor.
Yeah.
That's it. Just that
Yeah.
right there. That's
You had
all
fun,
I
right?
want. That's
You had fun there, right?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so fun, dude.
Yeah.
And if anything, just my whole thing was hopefully because of it, they get a few more customers because every
Hmm.
restaurant is hurting these days, small
Oh
ones
yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if anything, it helps them out. I
Hmm.
didn't want anything. I just got to slap Doughboys on the
Yeah.
thumbnail, and I was good
Yeah.
to go, man. That was it. So I totally
No,
get
it's
what you're
fun.
saying there. Yeah, like
It's
screw the
fun. It's
money,
like,
it's the experience.
yeah, yeah, and like I mean, you're up there. You're uh, first off, I don't really like you know, huge crowd, which I'm always there whenever I like MC this huge crowd, right? I don't really like it, but
Right.
it's there because they support it. Like, oh, it's gonna be a huge crowd. But for me, right, like I'm glad to go into a podcast where it's a small podcast because I like it so that you build up from scratch and
Right.
not just like, you know, there's a lot of paid, right? Like if you look at Joe Rogan, he's been doing it for 10 years,
Right.
right? And he gets where he is right now. So uh, I I saw already. I mean, went to YouTube, listened to a couple episodes, and I noticed that you kept going, man. That's why I like
Yeah.
about it, right? You
I
kept
just
going.
have fun, man.
Yeah,
That's
like
it.
hey, put the goddamn dates on and let's do it, right? Like,
Yes,
come on.
exactly.
Yeah, it's like
That's it.
that's what I like about it, right? You kept going. One this guy he's like a Thai celebrity, right? Um, I didn't think I get him on the show because he's so
Oh
popular.
yeah.
So so I'm like send him a Facebook message. Then I sent him an example, right, of like this is my show, what I did, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, of course he went and looked at it and he got back to me, and he's like, okay, I'll come to your show. I'm like, oh really? Because I only have like maybe 100 or 200 people, you know, listening in, but actually a lot of Thais listening too. It's just that they don't really understand. Some
Right.
of them they try to like listen in and they try to understand, right? But yeah, he's like, sure, why not, right? And
Yeah.
he's in Bangkok. He flew here. He flew here just to do a show with me, right? I'm like, I gotta say thank you a lot, right? Because I
Right.
mean, even he was able to volunteer. Of course, he gets his name out, his business as well, right?
Right.
But for in terms of for me, I don't get much because I just want people to, you know, hear his voice, and that's how it is with podcasts now, right? Our voice is something very important. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't gotta be like a celebrity to speak, right? That's why I enjoy it. You know, like when I see an opportunity like you, I jump in, man. I'm like, let's do it. You know,
Hell yeah.
and of course, we get into what do you call the radio station? I'll put make a what do you call? It's just the audio, right?
Right.
But now people know about you. They're gonna go Google it now, right? That's what I like, just connecting people.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so I must ask because I have sort of a similar story. Even though I was
Right.
kind of get off of Thailand, but it's my show. I can do what I want. Uh, so you messaged this Thai celebrity, right?
Yeah.
Not even thinking you were going to get anything back. What was your first thought when you got a reply? What do you remember? What exactly you thought or what you did? Where you were?
Yeah. You know what's okay, there was this other feeling that I found out, like I'm also doing a podcast, like just showing you really quick, right? Sometimes I have guests and sometimes I just do it myself. And the reason for that is because what do you call, I just want to like this is on Apple Podcasts, right? I got 8 episodes, but I took out 12 of them because the quality wasn't that great, right? So right here, it's called, hold on, focus. Oh shit, it won't focus. I'll send you a picture later, right?
All right. All right.
Anyway, it's called Real Talk with Djayrams, right? So
Okay.
I mostly talk about spiritual meditation and all that, right? Because I love going to the temple and do all that. Anyways, I learned about the law of attractions. You know about that?
Yeah.
So the law of attraction, I thought it was like a piece of shit law, and I noticed that me and you, we have the same similarity. How the
Yes.
fuck did we know each other? Like how
Right.
all of a sudden like, we know each other. Same with my friends who I never met before. We're traveling together, right? I don't know what that is, but I feel like our like the road that we take, as long as we unlocks our conscious, we think, you know, outside the box, and we have a lot of happiness, just being grateful for our lives, right? That kind of attracts good things into your life. So if you're doing this, you're gonna get more people for sure, right? And don't like never think about like that I'm not gonna get that person. If you're not gonna get them, it's because this is how I think, right? I mean I sent a lot of message to a lot of celebrities.
Oh yeah.
And the one that doesn't want to come, right, is basically the one that wants money.
Yeah.
Because I told them right away, this is going to be free. I don't have anything to offer you.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So the one that's, hey, let's do it. Then they want to practice more. They want to join more, right? And hey, they want to come back second time and third time as well. which I really appreciate as well.
Yes.
So when I send them a message, right, I'll prepare first. I'll be like, hey, this is Peter. This is what I do. These are who I interview, right? Would love it if I like to promote what you're doing. Tell us a story about how you became a celebrity, blah, blah, blah. And then I leave it at that and I just forget about it, right? But before I hit the send, I just have a feeling that he's going to reply me. That's all I think.
Really?
He's going to reply me, but later. Yeah, that's all I think.
Yeah.
And then I hit enter and I just close it, went off. 2 days later, I totally forgot about it. He sent me a message back. Hey, right? You know what? Let's talk. This is my phone number. Yeah. So the last one, he was in one of the Hollywood with Ryan Gosling. He kicked Ryan Gosling's ass, right?
Hell yeah.
He's a little bit old. He's a little bit older guy. Interview him. He loved cooking, right? And he loved being podcasts. But what we didn't know, like, we get intimidated by these big names, right? Right. But he's like, we love being on as long as you have a lot of content, as long as you keep going with your show, we'll be on there. You know, that's what the message I want to send to you as well.
Oh, dude, totally get that, understand it, and agree it 100%. Because like my similar story is, have you ever heard of the musician slash activist slash whole bunch of other stuff, Daryl Davis?
No, never heard that.
Okay.
Daryl Davis?
Daryl
I
Davis.
gotta Google that.
Go ahead and Google him. So
Mhm.
he's a blues musician. He's done a lot of things in terms of like bringing race together and a lot of stuff. He's famous for converting like 200 KKK members away, right?
Really?
That's what he's famous for, basically. But he does music as well.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah,
I see
that's his main thing is musician.
Yeah.
So I reached out to him, not thinking anything, right? I wasn't like you. I'm not like he's gonna say something when I send it. No, I sent it out, but I was open. I was like, hey, I'm a small show. I can't offer anything. I would just love to talk, and something like that, right? They got back, and I remember I was at work, and I got the email, and I was like, you know,
You're like, oh my
yeah,
god,
dude. I mean, because he was on Joe Rogan, so I'm like,
oh,
I get this guy who I've known for a while, and I also get a guy who's, who's been on Joe Rogan, and at the time, like this was a few months ago, right? But had him on, great conversation, and even at the end, he's like, "Hey, I'd love to come back."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yes, hell, yeah." Like me and him still, I'll talk with him every now and then, check on how he's doing and whatnot. So yeah, in the long term, like it doesn't hurt to ask. It does not hurt to ask.
It does not, right? The moment you have a platform, which is like, when I heard about this, I already knew, right? It was like, oh shit, okay. But I would be quite surprised if you get like 100,000 view, right? I'd be a little bit scared to like, oh shit, coming on, right? Seriously, right? I'm like, maybe if I ask him that, are you looking for more, right? You're not gonna reply me. But then I saw that you have a lot of interesting content in there as well, especially with culture stuff. And I noticed this is what I like, right? This is what like I was starting to. So we have a lot of similarity. Going up here. But yeah, I'm reading his profile right now. Convince Klansmen to leave and denounce the KKK.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep. Yeah. That is, the man's had a life. That's to say the least. The man has had a life, and it was funny. If you ever listen to him, very eloquent and extremely well spoken. You could tell he's a musician. He's got that poetic voice.
Yeah.
That tone lends very well to singing.
Right.
And before, I had never listened to his music. And I guess it's kind of like a plug for him, but hey, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
But so I was like, all right, well, now that I want to know more about the music side of him, because I know about this KKK, fighting against racism side. I want to know about his music side. So he's got a channel on Spotify.
Oh.
And the first,
I gotta listen.
oh man, the first song that came on, or I guess one of his biggest hits was Broad Minded, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking, okay, this guy's very well traveled, well spoken. I'm sure it's about being open minded and
Right.
taking every. Nope. It's about women and women on his mind and all that. And like, dude, I'm at work laughing my ass off because, like, here, I've only known this side of the guy. And I
Yeah.
listen to his music and it's a whole different side. That's so
Yeah.
funny.
Right. Right.
And so
Yeah.
out there, and I was like, dude, that's so good. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk
Yeah.
to him. Um,
Yeah. Man. So like, what do you think about when you're listening? It's all about women. Like, what types of, I guess you can say song like describes a woman.
hold up. What? Say what? Say it
So like
one
when
more time.
when you said the song is
Mhm.
about women.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, was it describing women or was it just about like women in general?
It was basically about how he loves them and they love him and he can get them and you know it was
Right.
yeah
Right.
it
Yeah.
was
So
written it was written in that perspective, so
Okay.
it was funny.
So like, what was actually gonna talk to you about, like, since we're talking about culture,
Mhm.
of course when we talk about culture we have to talk about lifestyle, right?
Right.
So the lifestyle that as I mentioned to you, my two brothers, older and younger, they live in Canada and they follow that lifestyle where it's like you get married, you have children, and
Right.
move on, right? But when you're in Thailand, there's no lifestyle here,
Mhm.
right? Many people try and reach for that, right? Many people try and go for that. Hey, I want to get married. I want to have children, but
Right.
then it never worked out. Like, there's a lot of single mom out there, right? And sometimes the single mom has to, they just hurt so bad that they had to just stay by themselves, right? Because they think that getting, a new family is just like imaginary. It's like it's not real. It's just like short time kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? So this is part of the culture that they're living in now too.
Mhm.
And like being a teacher, someone asked me if there's any changes or what I thought about this, right? Like, I mean, I looked at it, I said, no surprise, mostly social media. Because if you look at all the, like, when I'm teaching, most of my students respect me. And I never ask them, I said, hey, please put your phone away.
Right.
They just always put their phone away,
Mhm.
come into class, be involved. It's exactly how I plan it out too, right? You have to get your students involved. You can't just always talk, blah, blah, blah. And then they're just like,
Yeah.
are we done
Oh,
yet?
yeah. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, don't you feel like, you feel so boring when you're talking to your kids, for example, and he's like, Dad, you know what? Be quiet. I knew that already. Things like that, right? Hey, son, you gotta listen to me, man.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the new generation, and it seems like the culture here, the parents are part of the children's culture as well.
Mhm.
I think you guys still have that TikTok app.
Yeah. It's still around.
Yeah, you still have it, right? Because I
Yeah.
heard about you guys banning that. But anyways,
Yeah.
Thailand is very famous on TikTok apps. Very famous on everybody wants to have a voice. Everybody wants to do something, right?
Right.
So you have a bunch of girls doing makeups,
Mhm.
like dancing or singing something, just
Right.
being out there. And that was before. But then if you look at social media now, like for example, Instagram, you have girls, like younger girls, growing up with trying to look plastic, plastic surgery, and just want to look cute in general. But for
Yeah.
what? You see what I mean?
Right.
It just caused the culture to break, because
Yeah.
like I don't have I have Facebook, but I don't even have the application. I have Instagram, but I don't have the application, right? And the reason for that is, my girlfriend would ask me, why don't you have it? I said, the more I use it, the more I fall backwards into life. She
Oh,
goes,
yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? I
I
said,
get you.
just imagine looking at the girls every day, like they're half naked,
Yeah.
And what does that tell me? That tells me I wanted to be with someone else now. You see,
Yeah.
you get what I mean?
No,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
the lifestyle in in Canada or the US, it's a lot different. I'm sure it's the same way if you think about it.
Very
for some
similar
people.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Mhm.
But here it's stronger. It's like it's almost like it's okay to do it. It's okay to like, oh, I'm gonna have like 10 wives or something. It's okay to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So the lifestyle here is, I think, if you follow the trend, that's what's gonna happen to you. But I try to wake up and inject myself with not entertainment. Sometimes I like listening to music, right?
Right.
You gotta have music. I'm a DJ too.
Oh yeah.
But my main important like sources are, first off, I listen to the news, have a good conversation with my girlfriend, right? And just kind of like focus my like mind on that. Okay, so she's off work soon. I'll be off work soon too. Pick her up. Let's go do something. Like
Right.
you, right?
Right,
Work
right.
as a family. It's actually refreshing. It's actually
Oh,
refreshing
yes.
if you look at it this way. But I'll tell you, a lot of my friends, they're not like this. They
Yeah.
keep going. They keep going. Like
Yeah.
you ask him, hey, you're 50 years old, man. When are you gonna actually get like settled down? He's like,
Right.
I'm in Thailand, man. Why
Oh.
would I settle down here? He's just like, I'm in Thailand, man. I don't want to settle down. I'm like, all right, difficult.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like a conclusion to a lot of people asking about, if I live in Thailand, what's the lifestyle gonna be like? Many Thai women are like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with foreigner, because foreigner, especially UK or the US, they'll come here, they only love one girl, they're gonna marry me and have kids and like stay with me for the rest of my life.
Right.
That was their mindset before they come
Before.
here.
Yeah.
So as soon as they get here, their mindset change.
Yeah. You see everything around you and all that you can do.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
when you think that it's really kind of similar to that song, right? I like women likes
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you for sure. Oh, by the way, yeah, check that song out, man.
I will.
It's actually good. Like his other songs are, the man's good at what he does. But I feel like I'd be doing you and definitely myself for this service then, because you are a DJ. We must talk about Thailand music.
Oh yeah, right.
We have
Like,
to, right?
Yeah. Sure.
So,
Well, first
what-
off, I do top 40, right? English
Okay.
only.
all
I
right.
don't really. I'm not really familiarized with Thai music.
Really?
Yeah, but I do. I mean, I listen to some, right? Just kind of like go in a shopping mall or like turn on the radio. I hear some.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, ask me.
Well, so then, in terms of Thailand music or musicians, what's one or two or dude that you like?
One or two dude that I like, huh?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to say, this is a hard one actually, because it's like, it's like comparing old music to
Okay.
like once you grow up with artists who are like the Beatles.
Yeah.
This is a friend of mine said the same thing. You grew up with the Beatles, you listen to classic rock, Aerosmith or AC/DC.
Oh yeah.
And then you start to see that their music is kind of unique their own way.
For sure.
And if you look at Thai music, it's always the same. Like you have
Okay.
the same acoustic following up, and then you have the same lyrics, even though it's different, right? It's always about love, right? And
Okay.
it's like I'm not really okay with that, right? May I'll listen, I'll pass, I'll be like, I know that, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, I love this song.
Yeah. So so if I had to compare that to a genre that I don't care for, that's country. The same shit.
Right?
Don't
Yeah.
care what kind of song it is. It's about
Yeah.
beer, my woman, my tractor, and my truck. That's it. It's
What
all
about
the
Taylor
same
Swift?
shit.
I thought Taylor Swift was country.
Well, now she went more poppy, I think.
Yeah,
And
I
even
think
still, like, that's not my thing. But like,
Mhm.
yeah. So I get that because I'm a more of a classic rock type guy individual,
Yeah.
or as well. Is there though? Do you know of like a Thailand band that does rock?
Yo, is my internet?
Oh, you froze. Oh no. Oh man.
Don't worry about that, man. It's like it happens.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of disconnection, Thailand was like the worst. We had like the worst internet. Like
Really?
5 years ago, but now it's actually the fastest in the world.
That's I actually on I have a Discord for the podcast, right?
Yeah.
And put out like, hey, about to do an episode of Thailand, drop some questions. One of them was about the street vendor food, like how good is it? Here it's like really really cheap and all that kind of stuff. We answered that one for sure.
Uh huh.
The other one was like how's the Wi-Fi over there? Oh, that's a random question, but okay, boom, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wi-Fi is super fast, man. It's like you can go anywhere now and you can get Wi-Fi. So like
Right.
as a foreigner coming into Thailand, the first thing at the airport, right? You could actually get yourself a SIM. It's pretty cheap too, right? I think you can pay $10 for that whole month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dang.
like you got 5G or 4G if your phone
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
support 5G. Yeah. But yeah, I think you were talking about something and it was
Well,
at that climax and it was like
Right.
gone.
yeah. So for those who are just still watching at this point, he did not magically just change clothes. We
I
had a
did.
we had a disconnect on my part. I had to restart my router, and we fingers crossed will be good for the rest of this. Um, I know we were on music. I know we were talking about music,
Yeah.
and I think my question to you was there any like Thailand music that you did like, but you said you're not really, wasn't really much. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what do you remember either? Oh man, this is gonna be a crappy edit right here.
Yeah. No, I remember now. We talked about the music. I think we went over that. But you got to record, right? So
Mhm.
I think you were talking about Daryl, right?
Yeah,
And then
I know. Yeah, his
Then
broad-minded
then we started talking about
Taylor
how
Swift and country music and how
country music.
Thailand music all sounds the same essentially in your
Yeah.
in your ears, I guess. would be-
Yeah, it's like the same, like the country. You know how you have this music, like as soon as the music start, it's country, right?
Yep.
Same thing with Thai music. Like
Really.
there is like kids growing up and they're doing their own like rap version
Yeah.
of music, but then they got these beats that came up straight from like Drake, you know,
Yeah.
right? So they even got like the sound kind of like Drake. You got the auto tune and everything, right?
Yeah.
But these are the new generation of music. But yeah, I know some, right? But like whenever I listen to it, I kind of just don't feel
Right.
like it's music to me, So
No,
I just
yeah.
stick to the music that I like. Yeah,
No, yeah.
I'll
I
grow up to.
totally agree there. Even, I'm 10 years younger than you, so not that big a difference. But
It's not.
it is it to like the younger generation, whether it be
Right.
rap or rock, especially rap over here in the States for sure too.
Hmm.
They're very similar. They all sound alike. They all have the same rhythm, the same tone, the same like.
Hmm.
It's really aggravating. It's like this is what's big right now.
Yeah.
Like y'all like this? Like I could play some shit from 20 years ago that is so much better.
It's true. It's true.
It's so true,
Um,
dude.
Yeah. But
gotta, like, keep-
sorry, go ahead. You finish. You finish yours first.
I'm saying like I keep my ear to the underground scene for new music these days,
Yeah.
and that's where you don't have the I guess the music industry, record labels, like, no, you have to have this sound, you have to have this, and blah blah blah. Got more freedom and whatnot. But
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna try and find. So would I be correct in assuming you venture more towards the rock genre than anything? Because you mentioned
As of right now,
Aerosmith and everything.
yeah, I mentioned that because the last show I kind of did like a classic rock show, right? So like when I'm DJing, it depends on the day, right?
Right.
For example, this day I'll be like um, greatest pop music, like top 10 pop music, things like that, right? And then count it down, or I'll do new generation music top 40. But you know what, global top 40, like I don't know if you heard it as of right now. It's for new generation, man. It's not for
Really?
us. Like yeah,
Yeah.
I listen to it, I'm just like, holy shit, what is this? But you
Yeah.
know, I'm not bashing it, just like kind of weird. But
Yeah.
a lot of my friends who grew up like same with you, right? If you like the classical rock, and you come to listen to what we have now, you start to question about what the hell's going on. Yeah, like I like Tom Petty, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Tom Petty. Sometimes I'll just go with Guardians of the Galaxy has some good ones.
Oh, such a good soundtrack.
Yes,
So
right.
good.
It's like
Yes.
it's oldies, right? Like Father and Son was a good song,
Mm-hmm.
right? Cat Steven.
Yep.
I think like John Mayer. John Mayer is not really classic rock, but he's like the new
He's got that
generation
old
rock, right?
sound. Yeah, he's got that old sound though. He's got
I
that
know, his voice.
soulful. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the voice, man. John Mayer is like what I like too. But I mean, I grew up listening to all the classic rock that was played on the radio. I mean, in Canada we have the classic rock that my dad likes to play. I wake up to that every morning, right? 'Cause
Right.
He works downstairs, and yeah, it just kind of like rings my bell. It's like right in my ear. Same with like when we were on a trip somewhere, my dad would pop in Queens, like
Yes. Bohemian Rhapsody.
yeah.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I heard this like when I was a kid, but now they're like bumping it. You know, it's like okay, I gotta play it now. I heard this a long
Yeah.
time ago. Yeah, but music, man, music's good. But in
Music's
terms of
everything.
Thai music, you got the wrong guy.
Well, I'm gonna challenge myself then, because while we were waiting to figure everything out,
Yeah.
I quickly Googled Thailand rock bands.
Mhm.
I listened to some like quick 30 seconds, not that great from what I've
No.
listened to
There
either.
you go.
But I'm gonna challenge myself to find one, and I
you
would
like?
assume that I like, and I'll send it to you, and I'm
Right.
gonna want your thoughts on it, because I would feel if I'm gonna like it, you might like it as well. I think we're gonna be pretty similar in that aspect as well. So
I gotta ask you too. Are you in more of a rock? You got that upbeat, or are you like more of a sad classical rock type? Or does it
definitely,
matter?
it's a mood. Usually, my preference is upbeat. Because
Upbeat,
I like
right.
to listen to music when I'm at work, keep me going. 'Cause I work 12-hour shifts. So
Yeah.
if I got something going to keep me going, so sad shit that brings you down, gotta have that mood for it, you know?
Sad shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to be
Oh, man.
depressed at work, you know?
Yeah.
Already at work, you know? Just don't want to get any more depressed than that.
Yeah. Like I just heard, had it on repeat this morning a couple times before, heading to work. Dire Straits is probably one of my favorite.
Okay.
Too. Yeah.
Okay.
Sultans of Swing. Man, I love that song.
yeah.
I had that on repeat, right? Yeah.
Such
It's
a
just
good
like the
song.
mood on it. It's just the mood on it. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so as we wrap this up, just in case a connection goes to shit again.
Again.
And again, I don't know. I had to restart my router again. Fingers crossed. Hopefully that does the trick. But it's getting late for you, right? It's midnight almost.
Yeah.
If
It's
not,
one. Actually, it's like it's your PM. Switch to AM.
yeah. So you're literally on the opposite side of the planet from me, pretty much.
That's right. That's right.
That's so fucking cool.
If we believe that the Earth is round, then we're opposite side. But some people are like, nope, whatever. Even you're like laughing, right?
Dude, like I was about to say, or is this
No,
man about
no,
to say
I'm
he's one of those?
I'm not. Well, you
The
know what?
whole other episode.
I've listened to a lot of people, right? And some of
Yeah.
them, like, you can't really challenge their beliefs. It just goes
Exactly.
wrong, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing too, right? We didn't get into it, but Thailand heavily cultured in
Mm.
Buddhism.
Right.
I practice a lot on meditation,
Mhm.
but I'm actually a Catholic.
Okay.
So there's this church in Chiang Mai that I go to, right? And anyways, um, there's always one time for everybody where you think that your religion is this and you
Right.
believe in this, right? But then when someone challenges you, like, no, you know what, you shouldn't be Catholic, you should be Buddhism, because here I had that so many times, even my students, right? I just kind of, before, I lost a friend because of this,
Mm.
but after that I kind of just kept it quiet. I'm like, oh, okay, so you think Buddhism is better? Oh, okay. I basically just said I agree, right? To
Right.
stop the conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, heavily influenced in Buddhism. So um, when you go to the temple, for example, right? Like, I think most foreigner would tend to, shit, am I out of what do I do? Why do people
Right.
have to do this type of thing? You know that this gesture, right? Like when
It's
you say hi to someone, yeah.
It's
When you say hi to someone,
WAI, right?
why? Yes, that's right.
Yes. Yes.
When you say hi to someone, you do this. But during this time, a lot of people in other country, I think I've seen celebrities, namely, I think Justin Bieber did it one time when he said hi. He was doing
Mhm.
this. So it's another way of saying like, hey, I respect you,
Yes.
kind of thing, right?
Yes.
And with the COVID thing now, we don't shake hand, right? So
Yeah. Right.
Thais are like, it's best to just you do the Y thing. Yeah.
Right. Right. Right.
So you always Y the monks, but then you kind of not just Y, but you get on your knees as well, right? Because
Okay.
it's like they're a higher being to some
Mhm.
belief, yeah. So but if you go to the temple and you're a foreigner, you don't have to like really understand, like Google everything. You can, right? You can, but
Right.
you know what, just go with the flow. Go there and
Mhm.
just feel everything yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then if someone comes and teaches you, then be grateful. That's all, right? You got
Mhm.
friends, you made friends, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up, man. We
Yeah.
have been talking for a while, eh?
Yeah. This is probably gonna be my
Let's
longest
carry it on.
episode in a long time. But like, I still have so many questions and so many things I want to bring up. So
Part two.
hell yeah, 100%,
Yeah, part
100%
two, man.
part two. I would love that.
Mhm.
But before we go, is there anything last remarks you would like to share? Anything? You got your radio show. You said you had a
Mhm.
podcast, or I think you said you did,
Yeah, I
right?
got
Yeah, you got like
podcast.
eight episodes, right?
Yeah, I had to remove a few, but they're mostly just spiritual, the way to think. Um, helps you out in this, like, you know, I've met a lot of people and they're like, man, am I stressed? I'm
Right.
like, why are you stressed? Change the way you think. So my podcast is Real Talk with DJ Rams,
Okay.
and it's helping a lot of people in terms of like building positive energy towards other, right? So get all the hate out, and the
Right.
way you take your hate out, a lot of people missed it. They missed out on that. You can be like 50 years old and understand it. You don't have to be like a child to understand it. But yeah, I've been doing that a lot because I have a feeling that someone might go there and listen. I haven't really promoted.
Right.
But lastly, before I bring everything to you, I went to your Twitter and saw your Bernie Sanders memes. I had to laugh, man. I love it. I've been like watching this Bernie Sanders memes that people are putting up, and just kind of like, my girlfriend was like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm just like, you know what? Never mind. I can't explain to you who Bernie Sanders is.
Know it either.
Dude, he was just sitting there like,
Yeah, and I felt I had to get into it. Had to
yeah,
join the
you had to. It's
join the
trend.
crowd,
Yeah,
and
it's trend.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I
Yeah.
popped him into like some of my wife and I's photos that we did. He's like
Yeah.
sitting there in the background.
Yeah. Oh man, but
Yeah, had
I
to
gotta
have
say
fun.
though, yeah, I gotta say though, it's been such an awesome time, man. I mean, I mixed up the time a little bit. I thought it was 9 a.m. your time. Of course, way too early, right? But at least we got it done. A little bit of,
Yes.
but yeah, gotta thank you too for doing this for me too. I will definitely put this on the radio show on Tuesday night.
Awesome. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so guys, everyone watching, look out for part 2 coming at some point. Don't know when. But DJ Rams, Peter Ramsier, all hail, DJ Rams over there in Thailand, man's
All
doing some
hail.
good things. All hail, all hail.
All hail.
Hopefully they don't get you in trouble. I'm sorry.
No,
My bad.
it's okay. Don't worry about it, man. We good.
We'll cut that out.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
But-
we good.
But yeah, I've had a great time. Again, I have a lot of stuff I still would like to talk about, so definitely a part 2.
Right.
But in the meantime, they can check you out on Spotify, I'm guessing, for your Real Talk
Yes,
with DJ
both
Rams.
Spotify and Apple.
Okay,
podcasts.
Spotify, that's right, and Apple. Is there your radio show? Is that something other people, or is that just a Thailand thing?
Okay, so yeah, it's actually it's only on Facebook, right? Because
Okay.
like most of Thailand marketing, they aim towards Facebook.
Okay.
So it's also in Thai writing as well. But
Right.
the program is actually it's called Relax Time Radio. I think I put pictures because I've been using Zoom a lot for my program, right? So I have that logo there. It's called Relax Time Radio 93.25 FM. That's on the Facebook page as well, right? But actually when you put the video up on YouTube, I probably have to ask for your permission to give me some of the if I could download some. What I'll do is make like I guess the culture, the food as well, what we share
Okay.
into a video, and then I'll put that on Relax Time. But I will share
Yeah.
it from your page.
That sounds good, man. Yeah. I'm all good with that. So yeah, look out for
Awesome.
that. Real Talk with DJ Rams. If you need
Mhm.
some meditation, and if you need to, maybe you're thinking about, hey, I need to get some stress out. DJ Rams, you heard his voice for like over an hour. How could you not be calm and relaxed with DJ Rams?
Calm and relax.
Calm and see, you heard that right there. Calm and relax.
Yeah, calm and relax. That's it.
Right. Peter, man, this has been fun.
Yeah.
I hope you have
Definitely
a good
part two.
time. 100%
man.
part 2, dude. 100% part. Because it's like we brought up I think now the hill people, but there's a proper term for them that I do not remember. My apologies, Thailand people. But I also wanted, and I'm sure other people who are listening, why didn't he bring this up? You got that Fuck It Vegetarian Festival or Puck It Vegetarian Festival where they stick the stuff in their mouths and whatnot, like the swords and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I want to talk about that. That is so cool.
For sure.
But yeah, part 2 coming at some point, man.
Right. Yeah.
Peter, again, thank you very much. Everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, awesome. Everybody have yourself a
You're
good day.
awesome.
Peter, take care of yourself.
Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Oh, hey, you're still watching. Cool. Well, I'm assuming then you enjoy the video. So if that's the case, like it. That'd be awesome. Share it, and obviously you need to subscribe. Like, that helps a lot. While you're also here, if you don't mind, grab yourself some Ramble swag, man. Who doesn't want my face on it? That's awesome. That's a pretty cool looking design. I mean, look at that. Grab yourself some swag. And again, thanks for watching the video. See you next time.